You cannot imagine the things that I see as a recruiter. I'm here today to tell you and share some stories of the chaos of the things that people think are great and they really are not. My name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist. I teach job seekers how to market themselves based on how the recruiters are operating. So this way they can speed up their job searches, earn more money, get the job they really are inspired by. So, as an executive recruiter, I look at a minimum 500 resumes a day. LinkedIn profiles, resumes, all of the marketing documents that you would use as you are marketing yourself. And that's what it is. It really is a marketing project. You're marketing yourself to an employer to pay you a boatload of money to do a job. So you cannot imagine the things that I see that people submit, and they think that this is their best foot forward. To entertain myself as I'm looking at over 500 resumes a day, I actually have a folder on my desktop. If you want to see it, you can grab time on my calendar. It's at gethired.careers. I'll show it to you. And it's called Unbelievable Resumes, because you just can't imagine what people think are good, and it's not working for them. So before I continue and tell you some really great stories about what I've seen, I want to remind you to subscribe to get alerts every time I post new content to help you in your job search to get hired rapidly. And I want to tell you about a genius strategic plan. It's a free job searching video that I'd like you to watch. It's on my website at www.poundingpavement101.com. Again, poundingpavement101.com. And you can gain access immediately to that, because there's nothing I take more seriously than a person's livelihood. And that's what we're talking about here. This is your career. This is your livelihood. So we need to get you back to work. So I want to tell you a few stories about what I've seen. And this is not only my college students. It's not my middle management people. It's all the way up to my senior professionals. So I will tell you that I received a resume recently from a college student looking for a job. And I looked at this resume, and obviously this was set up and they worked with their college services department. And I couldn't tell what kind of job the person wanted. I had absolutely no idea. You know why? Because it showed the person's degree. Great. And it was a nice GPA. It wasn't stellar, but it was nice. It was respectable. And look, GPAs I personally don't follow, because you never know. You can have a brilliant person, and maybe they had a bad freshman startup. Everyone has, getting used to that freshman year, and they did poorly, but then they figured it out. And then that one semester drags down the GPA for the next 3.5 years. Or maybe they got sick one semester. That does happen. Maybe there were some family issues. Maybe someone passed away. And you had that 1 or 2 bad semesters. That doesn't say how brilliant you are. So this resume was not differentiating them from anyone else in the pack. There are thousands of students that are going to be graduating soon. And when they graduate, how are you going to differentiate yourself from everyone else? Because I want you to remember, when you went to college, think about if you're out of college or your first day of college. They said, look to your right, look to your left. One of you won't be there when you graduate. It happened to me. If those 2 people are watching right now, you know who you are. I'm not going to use any names. But you know what you have to realize? The other person is your competition. So what are you going to do to differentiate yourself from that person? Now, this is just at the college level. Let's talk about the next level. That you've been working a couple of years. Before I get into this, I want to remind you to subscribe to get alerts every time I post new content like this. And I want you to go to my website. It's at poundingpavement101.com. So this way you gain access to the free job search training. And if you'd like to get on my calendar and we can have a conversation about your job search, it's at gethired.careers. And we can see if my program, my job search foolproof, scientifically proven program would be good for you. Okay, let's get back to this story. So I met with someone. He was a veteran. He had probably one of the worst resumes I've ever seen. And he went to a nonprofit organization. Again, I'm not using any names for help. He was reaching out for help. And I really hope this person did find a job eventually because it was not set up properly based on how recruiters search. It was telling a story, but it wasn't connecting the dots and it wasn't telling what needed to be said. That the recruiter, the company, is not going to see how brilliant that person is based on what the resume was showing. Remember, this is like selling yourself. It's like going on Shark Tank. If you went on Shark Tank, you are pitching for a deal. Job searching is no different. And when you're pitching for that deal on Shark Tank, guaranteed those people who go on that show have spoken to their accountants, financial people, they've spoken with a marketing person, they've spoken maybe with a speech coach. They've fully prepared in order to walk into that Shark Tank. Well, going on into an interview is the same thing. Your resume, your LinkedIn profile, that's your personal branding. Those are your marketing documents. They better be the best that they can be. You're going on an interview. That's your pitch. That's the time to shine. People going on Shark Tank, they get coaches in how to do that. Why wouldn't you get a coach to help you land that dream job and get that money that you so richly deserve? So I want to remind you to subscribe to get alerts every time I post new content like this. And remember, go to my website. It's poundingpavement101.com. So you gain access to the free job search training video that I put up there for you. And if you're interested in getting a coach to help you through this process, again, gethired.careers. Let's go one more step further. Let's talk about our senior professionals. This is not your first rodeo. I know that. You know that. But things have changed. Number one, things have changed just in terms of how things operate. AI has come into play. Everyone is hung up on ATS. And ATS, just so you know, all of you job seekers out there, it's an applicant tracking system. It's a glorified CRM. Or for my senior professionals here, I'm going to date myself. It's a glorified Rolodex. That's all it is. And all it is keeping all my information as an executive recruiter. And it's customized for the recruitment process. That's all. So don't get hung up on that. But my senior professionals, not only have things changed, the job market has changed, but you've changed. You're not 22 anymore. You're a senior professional, and you need to look and sound like the senior professional that you are. So if you haven't gone job hunting in a while, it might make sense for you to talk to me to really set you up to succeed, to go after that senior level position. Again, your resume shouldn't look like a student anymore. It's time to upgrade. And if you want that senior role, you need to do everything you can to be competitive and rise above to become that candidate of choice. So those are things that I see all the time that people are forgetting, because you have to remember these resumes, these LinkedIn profiles, the entire presentation when you're walking in, they're looking at the presentation. Because remember, you're pitching for a job. They're expecting your best foot forward. And if this is your best and it's not very good, and I have a whole folder on my desktop right now that shows how bad things can be, then you're not going to get the call. You're not going to get the job. These documents are used as writing samples. You may not realize that. They want to see if you can write. They want to see how you present your work. And if it's not very good, the job is going to go to someone else. Remember, 500 resumes a day I'm looking at. And this may sound callous, and I don't mean it to be, but at the moment, you're just a piece of paper to me. The resume's job is to generate the call. If it's not generating 3 to 5 calls a week, we definitely need to talk. And again, grab time on my calendar. It's at gethired.careers. Because my goal is to share the inside secrets to help get you hired. It is my highest inspiration to make sure that you get to grow your career. So let's go over some tips for resumes. So first of all, to improve your resume, so this way you don't end up in my folder of unbelievable resumes, you need to have a clear objective on there. Don't guess around. Tell me exactly what you want. I'm playing a matching game because I might have 50 requisites on my desk and I'm trying to figure out, oh, this is a good person. What type of job are they actually looking for? I can't tell you how many times I look at a resume and I read down the entire resume and I have absolutely no idea what type of job the person wants. You're leaving it to me to guess what you want. And I said, I don't mean to sound callous. I don't care about you yet. It's not for me to guess what you want. Tell me what you want. I'll give it to you. It's that simple. In your resume, I want you to really highlight and showcase your achievements and the impact that you've made in an organization. If you're not sure how to do that, again, grab time. I'll show you exactly how to do it. That's why I've developed this scientifically proven methodology that works every time. I'm getting people hired on average 42 days after they've been searching over a year on their own. You can go to my website. You can listen to the stories because once someone works with me and then they become hired, I have a conversation with them. I don't want a video testimonial. I actually sit down and have a conversation so you can be a fly in the wall and you can listen to what they have to say. Listen to how they were struggling in their job search. We went through the program and then they got hired. And they have great big smiles on their face. Most of them are earning a lot more money than they were earning before. A lot of them landed the dream job. Some of them switched industries. Some of them got promotions. That's my goal, is to get you what you want. So another thing that you can be doing to improve that resume, to really grab a recruiter's attention, is look at the verbiage that you're using. You want to change those words into action words. Now, where do you find them? What do you do? I got that taken care of for you. In this video, right underneath in the comments, I'm going to put a link that it's a free download. Yes, it's free. You might as well grab it. It's a free download of action verbs that you can be using in your resume that are sure to jump off the page. And then if you want some help to put it all together, because really it's all in the presentation. And the hardest thing to do is to market yourself. I get it. I understand. You can grab time on my calendar. Again, it's gethired.careers. And we can go line by line through your resume to optimize it based on how recruiters search. That's what I teach in my program. Included are all the templates, all the cover letter templates, the language for the cover letters. Because what I found is I had some people coming to me and saying they were taking 3 days to write a cover letter. I'm sorry, that's just unacceptable. I got it down to 5 minutes for you. And it's all in the presentation, and it's how recruiters search. So this way they find you and they generate 3 to 5 calls a week. So again, I want to remind you to subscribe. So this way you get alerts every time I post new content like this. And remember to go to my website, www.poundingpavement101.com for the free job search training. Grab time on my calendar. It's at gethired.careers. My name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist. It's my highest inspiration to share the inside secrets from the viewer or the recruiter to get you hired rapidly. Have a great day.